Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth, and welcome to my stairs. Yes, this is how we light our stairs here in the attic, because there's no lights that work. Yay! Yeah, that light. We were told it's not an emergency, and they'll get to it when they get to it. That was almost a year ago now. But hey, that's why I need a new house. Anybody want to buy me a house? I'm just saying. I could do so much, right? So we're at the top of the stairs. So when I walk up the stairs and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's cold up here. La 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 la. I can grab a sweater, which I did a couple of times this week because it was just cold up here. Then we are encountered by a stack of apple crates. I love these apple crates. I've got all of my tulle on them. And I do have some napkins and some tissue papers on them, which do need to get rehomed. They do have a new home ready for them. I just haven't quite got to that. That's my goat. Okay, this goat, it's one of those things. It went in the garbage because it is broken. And then I panicked because, you know, it was my dad's. And I was like, I can't. So I pulled it out of the garbage. And so now I need to find a person who would appreciate the goat and maybe fix the goat that I need to send it to. So, yeah, if you guys know toy people, it's an old goat. And he used to eat things, and it would want this saddlebag made the noise, and the other saddlebag, the food that he ate would fall into that saddlebag. Plastic food, not real food. But here again at the top of the stairs, I have stuff right here that is ready to go into new boxes for the post office. So I just got to get some cash and some boxes and mail those out. There is my AC unit. And that, we're not going to look in there, because we're not dealing with that. Some of your space may just be one of those things you just close off forever. We're closing it off. Dora is hiding the doorway. I do have my mother's Star Trek collection still. I will never, ever crack one of these books open. I am going to leave them to my kids because, you know, they might get a few dollars for them. We're not rich, so hopefully they can, you know, make some money off of them or keep them. They both like Star Trek. My daughter likes it a little bit more. So, yeah. The Star Trek collection. We will not be getting rid of that. My mom sure did love that show. Anyways, and then we're met by this pile. Let's slow it down, Elizabeth. Okay, so these, I love this. Ba-bam! My paper. All of my paper is in one spot. I did have my paper in two spots. This had fall paper and other, as you can see, other interesting papers on it. But it was in another spot because where I had these, this wouldn't fit. So all my paper is in one spot. Granted, my paper is for scrapbooking. Ideally, it would be better with where it was. It would have been ideal to leave it there, but not in this craft room, if that makes sense. So I had to do some readjusting. It works just perfect right there. I still have a lot of space for sewing. Yes, this is a KitchenAid stand mixer. As you can see, it is dusty because I need to make a cover for it. Just like my sewing machine. I make easy peasy, you guys. I don't measure. I just eyeball. And I make covers. Because that's what I do. But, yeah, I was really happy. I bought one more of these so that I could, my Halloween and Christmas were as one, okay? It was Halloween, Christmas, Halloween, Christmas. But it was so full it wasn't working for me. So now we've got Halloween pieces, fall pieces, Christmas pieces, and Christmas full sheets. This, I need to empty these little guys, and this is going to go away. We're getting rid of this. I've never used it. It was a great idea at the time, I thought, but no, it's not. So let me set that down real quick. So I've got all of my paper. I've got holidays and stuff here. This here is some specialty papers, which I really need to go through because my vellums and stuff, I have a new home for vellums. Okay, so my sewing stuff, I've got my iron, I've got a bin of sublimation stuff, because you need an iron to do the sublimation stuff, right? I know, so crazy, huh? And if we look under the table, I still have one speaker down there, and then those 3 bins by the Cheetos trash can. The top one is sewing. We have some yarny bits, and I don't know, but it's all sewing-ish related. And then I have bonus reams of paper and some sublimation mugs. Yes, you heard me right. Sublimation mugs. Yeah, that's coming hopefully soon. And then my records. So there's Christmas records and then everyday records. And as you can see, I used to have both my big old speakers down there. I love these speakers. I can't get rid of them. They sound the best. But I stood one up because it's I stood it up mainly because it was being muffled and pointed out. The sound was pointed out this way, but I'm sitting over there. So I pulled out one of the speakers to help the sound travel a little better, and then found out that my little Victrola, look at it sits on the speaker. Ah, yeah. So that is there. So I can, this is its home. I don't have to move it anymore. It's really close to everything. So I can run it through the big speakers if I want it to. I can run it through its own speakers. Which brings me to this cart. Not a cart. It's a little three-story unit. It has been here since I moved over to this side of the room. But it was full of crap, you guys, that I never used and whatnot. So I put my stereo unit on it. So now I can plug in my phone, play music way easier. I don't have to get up, turn it off if someone calls. I just wheel myself over and push the power button. These little guys hang right here. These are cart hooks. Love it. And then I keep my mink, my baby mink, and my Gemini. And then Mama Mink is right there, which I can easily move her over if I need to. Most of the time I do use her right on this table because I'm doing big projects. So yeah, and I don't film those ones. So she just kind of hangs out there. But I'm super excited. Now I do not have to move anything to get to my sewing machine. Before, I had my Cricut there. Sewing machine was on the floor. Need my sewing machine? Put the Cricut on the floor. Is a nightmare. So this is literally my sewing station now. And Mama Mink station. But that's okay. We're not going to go into the craft area just yet. We're going to go back to the top of the stairs. And we're gonna gawk at the beauty of a slimlined wall of stuff. Look at that. Look at that. So I've had these plastic things. I had 2 of them. This one was where my paper is now. The other one was on this wall with some bookcases, some drawers and stuff. It was tacky. It looked Mod Podgy. I mean, it was working for what it needed to work for at the time until it wasn't. and everything was overflowing. My craft room was, everything had a spot, right? But you take one thing out, and then when you go to put it back, it was like, how did this fit in here? It was overly stuffed. Not fun to put it back. And things were just, it was a hot mess. So I did invest in these plastic ones. Yeah, they're not attractive, you guys, but they're functional. They fit pretty much everything I own, right? But I was very mindful about making sure that like things stayed together, whether literally together or visually in the same eye space. Okay, so you can see here I've got some ceramic-y things, and then I have my frog, which is also ceramic-y. I kind of need to reposition, get the ceramic-y stuff over here, and then it will be more in line. Okay, but I tried to keep I don't know, this kind of project where it's something I have to paint or do something with, which includes the little wooden bits and things like that. My wooden things are probably the most out of control because I do have so much of it. I've got wooden things here, I've got wooden things over there, and on another shelf, which I just need to rearrange to get all my wooden things to one area. So even though I do have a little bit to work on, everything does have a home. And even if it's in the wrong zip code, I can easily fix that. Like, I can take all of my polymer clay stuff that's on that shelf. I can take that off, scooch that over to another thingy, right? And then take those wooden things and put them over there and kind of have everything streamlined. So that's one of my biggest tips, and you'll hear a lot of people say it. Group like things together. Okay? All of my paper is right there. I take that back. I'm a liar. Except my Crescent Creation. Crescent Creation and some specialty, mostly used paper is on that thing. Okay? But, you know, visually, look at it. It's all right there. There's my paper and my paper. Okay? I do have to get up from my chair to come get this paper, but I don't use this paper all the time. And when I do, I take the drawers out and I go sit down and rummage through them anyways, which is even fabulous because I can rummage through them right here. So if I know I'm working on a project and I need some green or I need some purple, I just pull open the drawers, grab what I need, and go sit down. Once you've grouped everything together, all your color books, anything to do with resin, scrapbooking stuff, make sure you keep them together, okay? Even if you're just starting out, you can put stuff on a shelf to take up the space and say, hey, this is home for this is home for that. And then when you're done, you can fine tune it. I need to do the fine tuning. I probably won't do it here in this house because we're looking to buy a house. Anyways. But, so like here, I have paint. But down there is not more paint stuff. It's over there. I literally need to change that with that. And then all my painting stuff would be right there. Wooden things, take those out, put them over there. Take those out, put them over there. So that would be the fine tuning. Just get it together. If I'd have had more room, Ideally, what you want to do is grab some boxes, put like things together in those boxes, and remove them from the space. I could not physically do that, nor did I have the room to do that, because in order to get everything out of this space, I would have to go down like 4 flights of stairs, because I can't put it on the next level down. I wouldn't have any place to sleep. I'd be throwing it all in my bedroom or whatever. So ideally that wasn't going to work for me. So I literally had to clean a spot to get a shelf in there. Then I cleaned another spot and put that stuff on that shelf. And like one piece out, one piece in, one piece out, one piece in for me. But ideally, honest to goodness, you want to put everything in their boxes together. And that does a couple of things for you. As you're touching everything and putting it into the boxes, like all the packaging for your mailing and all that stuff, you might find some stuff you're like, I've not used this in 3-4 years. Then you can put that in a donation box or a trash bin or a giveaway bin, you know, or maybe a friend bin, whatever you need to do. But you're going to have your boxes all set up. You're going to fill them. Then you're going to see that, hey, this box only holds about this much stuff. So when you go to the container store, you're looking for containers, you look for a container that's going to hold what you have. Don't go to the container store to buy the pretty ones. Go to the container store knowing that you have color books that is going to fit in it. Color books are going to fit in it. This is going to hold color books. This is going to hold resin stuff. This is going to hold my card making. You want to make sure that what you're buying is going to hold everything. And here's a good example. I bought 2 of these. I bought 2 of these for my nail polish. I don't like it. You can only get so many, and it doesn't, okay, I didn't like it. But I also knew that if it didn't fit, I could use it for my dies. And if it didn't work for my dies, I could take them back. Okay. And I'll show you, they worked for my dies, so they stayed. So you've got everything in your boxes. You're getting everything sorted out. Now you need to put them in their forever homes. Be mindful of the forever home. You have a forever home that is closest to your workstation. Okay, there's my workstation. I get up from my workstation. This is the closest area. In this forever home, I have backup supplies because I go through this, right? I'm going to go through this way quicker than I'm going to go through that packaging, those art supplies, those color books, that stuff. So closest to me is things that I'm going to be going through the most, more often, things like that. So for me, backup art supplies, nail polish, because I do want to get back into painting my nails and making them beautiful. Okay, I've got this container. He started off way down there, and I'm like, nope, he needs to come down here because I want to make some rubber stamps with you guys. Okay, so this is something I want to work on. This is stuff that I can use a lot. This is something I really need to work on. Okay, those are cards from you guys. I have ideas for some journals to make with them, so those are there. I plan to use them now. My blender, Dawn, my blender. Yes, I have a brand new blender. When I get it unboxed, yes, it will still live right there because I plan to make paper. And, yeah, I'm super excited to make some paper with Dawn. So that's right there. We got some foam. Now, granted, I don't use it. I've had it for 3 years, but I do have plans for it. I'm going to actually chop it up and put it in my shop to sell. So if people need foam for some card backings and stuff like that, that's what's going to happen. So we go from foam. There's a couple of art projects right in the front, that one and that one. If I don't work on those within the next couple of months, I'm actually going to get rid of those. Star Trek is there only because I cannot fit it all the way down there. So that's why that's there. But from the foam down to that crate is all scrapbooking stuff, memorabilia, books for tearing and creating journals and stuff. So that's all like stuff. It's all like stuff. It's all similar stuff. I do need to switch it though. I need to put what's on that shelf down at the end, because that went on there. That was the first thing on that shelf because I needed it out of my way, but I didn't need to go through it because it's all canvas for painting, and all my painting stuff is there. So I just need to kind of switch those around. So that's fine tuning. If you take everything out of your room and you bring it back in, you don't have to worry about that fine tuning, because you're going to say, this is paint, this is paint, this is paint. This is all my paint supplies. Let's put it on a shelf. Okay. So organize it by like items. Make sure you have your giveaway bin. Okay. Make sure you have that giveaway bin. It's very important. And then have your trash bins, because you're going to go through stuff and you're going to be like, why is this still in the packaging? It takes up tons of space. Unpackage the stuff. I took out 6 garbage bags of packaging and materials and whatnot that were useless. Absolutely useless. Just taking up space. So yeah, you guys, unpack it. Put it in a bin that holds all of it. Here's a good example of multiple bins for one thing, and I'm kind of dreading we did that. So these are multiple bins. These are used, and then brand new. So it kind of works and it kind of doesn't, but if I need to take this, I wished it was all in one bin. So even, I might get like a bin to hold it all. That way there I can take it all out at once and go work with it. So like containers in containers, you can totally do. Just make it work for that. Okay. So yeah, I've got all of that stuff there. These are all my wood bits and whatnot. Which, again, like I said, I got to fine-tune it. But I'm probably not going to do that while we're living here. When I go to box it up to move, I'm going to make sure that when I box that up, it's going to be boxed up with its like items. That way there, when I get to my new house, it's all together. And I can look at it and say, ceramics needed painted, wooden bits. And I'm going to know, okay, I need a shelf for that, I need a shelf for that, and go about my business. The top is wasted space. Yeah. But, we can still utilize it a little bit. Because, so I've got things, memorabilia, whatnot. All these little trinkety things. I've got extra bins, okay? Like, I can give these a new home, easy peasy. I could give this new home, but I've got extra bins if I need them. I bought clearance items to hold stuff. Like this is holding my little lights. Get those on Amazon, hecka cheap. But I do want to make labels. I didn't think I wanted labels, but I think they're going to help kind of make things stay together, right? Especially on things like this that, you can't really see into. I think labels are going to be pretty important. So we got all of this stuff going on here. Okay. Oh, you guys, look who came to say hello. There's Miss Foxy. Hello, beautiful. She's, oops, let's turn in a circle. Are you going to go lay down? That's her bed. That's her bed. She hasn't been able to get to her bed in a long time. Oh, girl. But, so I wound up with a little bit of space because my black unit of plastic thingies, right, didn't go all the way to the end. So a friend of mine was like, do you have any like roller carts or anything? And I'm like, oh, so genius, right? So in the very back, okay, it's got some extra glitter and stuff. That's one of those fine-tuning things and one of those, if I don't use it, I'm going to get rid of it kind of things. But all the paper in that, so yeah, that would be another paper that's not with everything. That's my, when I open a ream of paper, that's where it goes. It goes into there. And then I take a little bit out of that ream and then go put it by where I work. So I don't have an entire ream of paper where I work. So I very not often get into that. Then my other roller cart, it's got some projects I'm working on, and I can clean it off easily, put things away, and do use that for my drying table and whatnot. But I love this. Look at it. It just pulls right out of the way. I can drag it with me over here, and then bam, ta-da, it's over by my workstation. This little trolley, I love this trolley. It's got my color pencils, watercolor pencils, just different stuff like that. All my beautiful paintbrushes, more spatulas and stuff. Yeah. But, you know, I don't use this stuff all the time, so I don't need it by me. So I'm able to get it out of the way. Which it used to be right here, you guys. The white bin, the one cart, the other cart. Which left me, you know, little bit of space to walk through. So I'm really happy with that. I don't know. Did we talk about my stereo? No, we went from the paper, the sewing, all the way over there. So all that lovely stuff. Make sure the stuff you use most often or that you want to use is closer to you. The further away, the less used. Okay. Here, my stereo system used to be, or maybe I did talk about, you guys, honestly, I filmed this. This is my second time. So if I'm repeating myself, it's because I don't remember. My brain sucks. I stood up the one speaker, the Victrola fits on it, so I can listen to my music. I love it. Yeah, so super happy with that. On the opposite side, sneaky over here, I do have my 4 roller carts. Now you're like, that's a lot of roller carts. Yes, it is. I got them for $25 a piece. A steal. But yeah. This one here is all backgrounds and my glimmer machine. Glimmer machine. It's got its own drawer and my jelly plates and foil pieces. That's another one. So yeah. So those are there. And then we've got some painting items, some texture stuff for foiling, embossing, micas, glitters, sequins, more gems and sequins, brads and doodads, buttons, and eyeballs. Eyeballs! If you guys don't have that much stuff, you know, You don't need that much, right? So if you just have like no paint, okay, this is my most used paint, that's why it's there, and away from that, oddly this should be over with the foiling, but yeah, I don't have a lot of embossing, so like maybe you guys have more embossing stuff than I do. Well, you can use up 2 drawers because maybe you don't have all that mica like I do. This drawer, some old rubber stamps. This drawer is on the watch list. I do have a watch list. If I don't use it this year, it's going away. This drawer is one of those. This is also one of those. This is some, oh no. These are some alcohol ink substrates. I want to do stuff, but if I don't, I'm going to get rid of it. My watercolors, I do use these quite a bit. Yeah. On the watch list, well, not that one, but watch list. Okay. If I don't use them, they're going away. And that's another thing. If you're not 100% about it, put it in a box, call it the watch list. And if you don't go into that box, get rid of it. This is more wooden stuff. From here down is all wooden stuff. Oh, more wooden stuff. I love it. This is my new home for napkins and stuff. I may do 2 homes for the napkins. Like when I have 2 packs of the same stuff, I might take, you know, just 1 pack and then put the rest in the back. Or take a few out of each. Because like this one's got a ton, right? Oh, you can't see, but yeah. So this one's got a ton. I could take out like 3 or 4. Keep them in here. But that's one thing I got to reorganize. This one. Foils. Toner reactive foils. Hot pressure foils. And then some vinyls in there. So yeah. This is Christmas ribbon. That little, I want to make some Christmas classes with that ribbon. So that's why that's there and not actually in my ribbon bins. So excited over this right here. This right here. This is another HDX brand. The HDX is pretty good. It's at Home Depot. They carry it. These, I think, are for garages and whatnot. But look, brother sits on it. Cricket sits on it. This is art project for classes. This is coming in January, February. This is coming in March. We're going to have a class in March on making something fun with that. Cricket items, hot glue guns. Look at it, hot glue sticks. They're actually with the hot glue guns. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down though. Ugh. But I can actually run those right there. There's plenty of room behind, so their thing will go through. It's not gonna get bent out of shape. I love it. My embellishments fit right underneath. Plenty of room for more embellishments, so I really like that. These little piles here, you can kind of see I've got rubber stamps, dies, foil, ephemera, and then this is brand new. I actually need to switch these around. There we go. And embossing folders. So these are items that are new-ish and still need to get put away. Okay. This right here is so new that I need to show it on Crescent Creation. So we're going to do a little live and show that off. And then I took this black unit, because remember, all of my paper was here. I mean, all of the paper was here. And it was so much wasted space. Just so much wasted space. So I moved the paper where I did. I don't mind getting up to go get the paper. I took this black unit, which was over there. 90% of what was in the black cubes wound up in one crate, you guys. One crate. It was ridiculous. Pardon me. But, so I turned it on its side and made it a 2x3 instead of a 3x2. And I was able to put some pretties on there. Some little collecties. Okay. I've got my Simon Hurley background stamps. I have an extra bin for room to grow. This little cubby, if I need to, I can take 90% of that right off of there, find it new homes. It's just decoration stuff. This one could definitely be rearranged if I need it to. We come down into this one here. Okay. This is pre-cut stuff. So, panels and card bases, white and black. Okay. Right next to it, this is going to be the new home for my Simon Hurley dies and foil plates. Now, for now, everything will fit easily peasily in there because, you know, he doesn't have a lot of dies and foil plates yet. But I do have an extra bin right there full of cuteness. I can easily take the stuff out of there, put, when I do get more foil and dies from the Simon Hurley brand, I can divide it and then I can put dies, foil plates. But for now, it's all going to live in there. This here, okay, this was kind of a blessing, even though I bought it for my nail polish. I was like, oh wait, it's not working for that, but look it works for my dies. So I just need to organize it a little bit better, okay? Because I've got it on two sides, so I need to put a flag on this that says what this is and what's on the back, so that when I'm looking, I can see, oh, the potion and the witches. And I'll say, oh, witches is on the back of there, you know, or whatever the name of this. I got to look it up. I didn't do good on keeping track of what this stuff was. Same like this. Hey, why are you hanging in there? But yeah, so I just need to organize that. And I need to buy more packaging to transfer it over. And I think all of my dies will fit in here, because I don't have too much more. I think it will all fit in there for the most part. So, and then these little bins have ephemera in them, and I'm going to be adding to them. I've got another set right there. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. We've got our little ephemera bins. So when we're making ephemera, we can sort it out and then put it all together. And for the most part, this table will stay clean. It's only going to have the things that need to get put away and whatnot. And all the little fun things that my daughter makes me. But yeah, I love them. You guys, they're so cute. So proud of her. But yeah, so then we back up a little bit, and underneath the table is where I moved my lunar paste. I gave it a container, moved it down there because I can easily grab it up, set it on the table, and then work with my ribbon and my lunar paste at the same time and all that fun stuff. I do have all of my ribbon unspooled, wrapped, and tied with a little string. Keeping it in those bins really works for me. Now my stamps, aside from my background and some wooden blocks, which, you know, we saw where those were because we don't use those hardly at all. This is my design team stuff. This is the brands that Crescent Creation carries, and then this is tailor-made cards for you and Crescent Creation old stuff. So I keep those there in the front, and then just behind I have all of my Simon Hurley. And this is where those red rubber stamps were, but I was running out of room. I was running out of room, so I took the red rubber out. Now I have plenty of room to add more of his clear stamps right in there. That's going to be all his section. And then these bad boys. My hubby made a wheeler for it, so I can pull it out. Okay, and then I can go through my brands and use them on my lives, and that's how I find them. I store them by brands. Oh, my Tim Holtz label fell off of that one. But yeah, so we got Tim Holtz and stuff like that, Sizzix, and all that fun stuff. But some of this stuff is on the watch list. As this year, as I use it, and so if I pull out Anthony's paper craft and I use, see, I haven't even put them away completely. Shame on me, I know, right? So if I pull this out and use it, I'm going to mark it on the back that I used it. And then I'm going to go through, and if I didn't use it this year, it's going to go away next year. I hope that makes sense. I do want to keep fresh items in here. And even though I love it, if I'm not using it, like Bo Bunny, I've got so many Bo Bunny, but I barely use any of it. I don't even know if I used any of it last year. So, and that's another thing. I'm just going to be sure to go through my stuff. If I get something new in, I'm going to try and pair it with something old. Do a new plus old and keep the old stuff kind of fresh if I can. And then really pay attention. Am I using it? Let's get rid of it. So yeah, super excited about that. And then we come under the window. That's ephemera and goodies from Subbies, which it didn't fit over there. So, I'm hoping to be using that soon. My paper bin of white paper, I kind of had to keep this area empty and with stuff that I could easily move out of the way, because if we're still here next summer, I got to have my AC, and my AC goes like right here. We have my laser printer, my ink blending brushes, which works really great for me. It helps keep this clean. I just got my little notes in my remote there, my little cleaners. That's all that goes on there, which is good, because if I get a paper jam. Misty, this is Misty's home. I know it's kind of weird, but that is where I look for her every time. So that's where she stays. Misty, that's her home. This is another watch thing. I keep adding to the recycle the plastic stuff, but if I don't recycle it this year, it's going to go away. So, my cuddle bug, its plates and some other little bits, some extra other things that I use kind of frequently, but don't need them out and up. You know, they're still easy to get to. Trash bin. And then we go to our inkjet printer. And that is the home for my big die cutting machine. And then my chompers, Chop Chop and Monsieur Crunch. They live right there. Okay. Some little tidbits. Mink and Gemini. Big Mama Mink, you know, easy to get to. And then my work table, you guys. My work table. Look how clean it is. Isn't it fabulous? Except for this. It's like, throw it away. No, keep it. I don't know. Ah! We'll set that there for now. But this is a project I'm going to be working on. So I've got all the little bits ready to go. My Simon Hurley, my laptop, just everything that I use like on the regular. I'm sitting here, I grab a gel pen, water brushes, my re-inkers, which, gosh, I need to do that. You know, scissors, all that fun stuff. That wheelie is in the back. I don't use that stuff as much. You know, adhesives, foam dots, sticky notes, more Simon Hurley stuff, baby Grogu, very important. Another important thing, have some lovely family munchkins hanging out there. I need new ones though. They're so much bigger now. Another inspo, you know, your lovely peeps make you a calendar. That, yeah. It's so pretty. I don't even write on it. I'm like, you know, those are my inspiration to keep going. Those are the letters that I get when I get to be on the design team for Simon Hurley, my stamping foam, glass cleaning stuff, my glasses. Yeah, I know it's weird to have them there, but if I don't hang them up, then I literally will, you know, set stuff on them. We have my Crescent Creation specialty stuff, other specialty papers, and my everyday white paper. That's why my white paper is in the drawers and here, because I don't need a ream of this stuff at my fingertips. I just need a little stash. I need to restash on that, do a refill on that. Those are just different weights of paper. Sticker stuff, Crescent Creation stuff takes up like this whole section right here. I love being able to pull it out and be like, oh, I got my black paper, I got my white paper. I am going to put little labels on some of these, especially because Crescent Creation, you know, this is red paper, this is orange, this is yellow, green, blue, purple. But then some of this is like glossy black or glossy white. So those need extra labels on them. Look at that. This actually needs to go. I need to put this with my other thing so I can show it off later. That goes over there. So yeah, these are specialty papers and whatnot that I use all the time. These are similar, but not exactly like the Simon Says Stamps little guys. These are the Amazon one. You get tons more. They are a little bit bigger. They're not as... The quality is different. I mean, do I think it's going to rip and be useless in 6 months? No. It's just the quality is different. I like the quality of the Simon Says Stamps ones way better, but they're so expensive. I can't. So that was my solution. I did buy this little guy. He is new. I'm really happy with him. My Crescent Creation envelopes are right there, which is great. When I'm on Crescent Creation, I can just grab an envelope to go with it. These are giveaways, which this guy is going in my giveaway. By the time you see this video, somebody's already won this. And Crescent Creation adhesive. And then I got 2 pouches or areas to put projects. And in this back one, this right here is a kit that, well, it's not a kit, but it's a cluster of things that all goes together that I'm going to try and finish up. So yeah, that's my craft room, you guys. And this is the most impressive thing right there. Look it. I got lots of room. I got lots of room to walk. You guys, no joke. I was literally stepping over stuff. And being that this is the only light, when I pull this off, I'm going to pull this off. That's what I look, okay? And I got to walk through that. And when I had stuff on the floor, I was literally like kicking to see if there was something there before I could step over it, or I'd have to turn on my flashlight on my phone. Now when that light goes out, I'm just like strutting my stuff right on out, and by the time I get here, the light from the stairs lights up this cord so I can see it so I don't step on it, and then right on down my poorly lit stairs, but it's actually not too bad. But yeah, so be mindful of your stuff. Put your stuff in, hey, I haven't used this in 3 years. Let's give it 6 months. Let's give it a year. If I don't use it, let's get rid of it. Put all like things together. Anything I need to mail, poly mailers, boxes, envelopes, the scale. Heck, I even put my labels right there, my extra labels. I do cut a sheet. I print a couple sheets at a time, cut some, which is right where I was sitting. But yeah, so when I go to use this one, I'm going to print more and then put them back. So yeah, keep all your like things together. If you can, empty your space before you rearrange it. When you're emptying it, put everything together. Make a box full of nail polish. Make a box full of painting supplies. Make a box full of your wooden bits or whatever it is you're doing. Make a box with all your paper. Maybe a couple of boxes, because too much paper in one box is too heavy. But, you know, really be mindful. When you're cleaning out your space to reorganize it, put it all in boxes. That way there you can look in that box and say, okay, I'm going to need a couple of bins. And then make sure your bins fit on your shelves. Okay? Be mindful. I drew that back in high school. Just saying. Prismacolor pencils. Just saying. Woo, that thing is old. But, and then, you know, once you get your room organized and put together, then put those little touches of inspiration, art pieces, cards that people have gave you. You can put those in, okay? I had a pile of stuff. And I'm like, oh, look, I can put my little dinosaur there. I can put a little dinosaur there. I could put the xenomorph there. I put my little Care Bear there. Oh, my little glass doorknobs. These, I want a kitchen with doorknobs with these. I've only got 6, but, you know, I will get black ones or something similar. I can't wait to have a kitchen with those as doorknobs. I got them for $1. But anyway, so they're my little inspiration pieces. They're here with that. Okay. But yeah, keep all things together. Give it a home. Once you give it a home, always put it back in its home. And one other tip, okay, let me slowly get back over here. You have a pile of stuff that needs to get put away. Right there. Sort it out. Okay? You can keep it all in one bin, but make sure all your stamps are together, all your dies are together, all your hot foil plates, ephemera, embossing folders. Keep like things together. Okay? Now, if you can't get to this pile, that's okay. Don't fret. Now, I did pick this up the other day. Okay? Now, let's say I picked this up, but I actually had a use for it. So I used it. Okay, I've taken it out of its package. I've used it. I have a few minutes to put it away. I turn over here. I have 2 options. Take the low road, throw it on the pile, put it away later. You have a few minutes. Ignore that pile. Deal with this. Take this. Put it away. Okay, you pull out that envelope. You do the stamping. You do whatever you need to do to put that away. If you can avoid it, don't add to your pile. You can put one thing away. You don't have to put away everything all at once. Like the other day, I sat there. I had like 30 minutes, so I put away what I could. I put away 4 things. Okay? Some of this stuff is from Stamp Away. So it's been there a while. But, you know, when I get a chance, I'm going to take my day and I'm going to put more of this away and dwindle that pile down. Unless you absolutely can't, then you add to your pile. But don't fret and say like, oh, I have this pile of stuff. I can't just put this one thing away. Yes, you can. Even though it's newer than those, that's okay. I mean, look at this. That's brand spanky new, right? It's already put away. It's already in its home. And I've got stuff back here from whatever, right? But if I hadn't put that away, that pile would be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So even if your is brand new and you've used it and you can put it away, go ahead and put it away. Don't feel bad that you're not getting to that pile because it's not time to put that away. When it's time, you put it away. When is it time to put it away? Are you stuck in a rut? You don't know what to make? Put it away. Maybe touching it, feeling it, might inspire you as you're putting it away to make something. Maybe it doesn't, but then it's put away. So I've never worried about not putting my stuff away because it goes in stages. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, sometimes it's completely gone, and then sometimes we're back to this. But I always keep it in piles because then I can say, you know, I have time to put this away. Let me put this away. I have time to put this away. And then look, that's gone. My piles just got smaller. Okay. Next week, I have time to put this away. My pile just got smaller. And now you have a space. A space you didn't have before. So, yeah, don't overstress. Put away what you can at the moment you can. Okay. And, yeah, I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions or want to see something in more depth, go ahead and mention it. I am going to be doing better about making videos that are requested. I know I've said, oh, I'm going to make this video and that video. That is my goal this year, is to actually make those videos that have been requested and whatnot. So you're going to be seeing scan and cut videos. You're going to be actually seeing me do things with the things, right? So I hope you guys hang out with me this wonderful 2023 year. And yeah, just know that even if your craft room isn't beautiful, you know, as long as it makes you happy. And you guys, it's fugly, but it makes me happy. Like having that all in a nice straight wall. There's not a bookcase here, a bookcase there, a little short thing there, two odd metal dresser drawers, you know, just unified kind of thing. But yeah, and you can do it on a budget. Those black units are, I think, $35 a piece. I bought 2 years ago and I bought 3. You could like buy one, then a few months later buy another one. You know, you don't have to buy it all at once either. Some of us feel like we do, but we don't. And take your time. It is stressful to go through this stuff. It is stressful to move it. It is stressful to be thinking about it and touching it and going through it and making decisions. So give yourself some grace when you're like, I can't do it right now. Okay, go take a break. Go drink a coffee. Take an entire day off. You know, maybe do something else. But yeah, so I hope you guys are staying crafty out there. And if you're having issues about your craft room, you know, all of us are. You can message me. I'll help chat with you. I'll give you any inspiration or help that I can. Mention it in the chatty chats while we're live. You know, people, we'll talk about it live. I don't mind, you know. We can talk about other things other than food. Like, really, no. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I hope to catch you live and whatnot. And happy crafting, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.